My name is Monica. I'm also known as Nerd Queen. Sorry, I'm a little. I gotta take some deep breaths here. I just saw this article on business, music business world, and it's disheartening. It's interesting. I have a hot take. Okay, so um, who am I in all of this? Um, so I am a singer songwriter, composer, musician, independent. Now, yeah. Now, let me just get people up to speed. So this is for the folks who don't know what's going on right now. Now, as everybody is fearful, weary of AI, artificial intelligence, I don't think a lot of people, and I think there are some people who are still kind of um, getting the idea of AI music. Because recently, I think it was on like one of the morning shows that uh, this AI artist, it just got signed to a record label, and it's a fake person, completely fake. Now, if you've been listening to Spotify lately, you know that there's a lot of garbage on there right now, and a lot of people are leaving. A lot of independent artists are leaving Spotify because of the shenanigans that are happening there. Okay. Now, a couple of the major labels have sued these AI companies that what they're doing for these like again, I just got to gain my composure, y'all. It's just okay, so what is happening? If you are on social media and you're enjoying all of these really quirky kind of songs that sound really professional and but they sound like out of pocket and weird and stuff, say like a gospel song and somebody's swearing, say just swearing like a sailor, right? That's AI, okay? So if somebody's singing like this really high developed sounding blues song, and then all of a sudden they start talking about like their big toe or something odd like that. That is AI because of the work that it takes for a musician to produce what they produce. They're not going to throw it away on garbage. I'm just going to tell you now. So if anything, I hope more people are realizing that the music that people are using on like memes and short form videos for clicks and views and haha and kikiing, that's AI. Okay. And how did they get this music? A lot of these tech bros took music. They took music from catalogs of various sorts and taught their systems how to make music based on prompts. So that if you are listening to somebody singing, again, let me use the gospel song, swearing up and down about somebody getting beat up, and it sounds like a gospel song, that's AI. Okay? So they were being sued by the major labels. Okay? The tech bros. There's two companies in particular. So Udio and Suno. Udio settled actually, I think last week or the week before, and I just saw on this article that Suno also settled. And I think all of that was just a big, quite honestly. I think this is a big playbook for a lot of these tech companies and tech bros or whatever, that they make some technology. They make technology and they let it be, whatever it is, and then they're looking to sell. And that's also a part of them settling with Warner Brothers, for which this article is about. Okay. Um, Warner Music Group strikes a landmark deal with Suno, settles copyright lawsuit against AI music generator. I think this was planned. I think all of this was planned. Okay. I know, like, this is a part of how, like, all these companies, like become billion-dollar companies. Like, they come up with a technology, and then they pretty much hijacked the industry, the system, or whatever, and they want a company to come buy it. And that's exactly what Warner Brothers just did. They just bought Suno so that they don't have to be sued by Warner Brothers anymore. And let me tell you, let me just read some of these details. Okay. So Warner Brothers Music Group and AI generator Suno have struck what they call the first of its kind partnership. Okay? Partnership. They claim that the deal will open new frontiers in music creation, iteration, and discovery, while both compensating and protecting artists, songwriters, and the wider creative community. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that this was Warner Brothers' way of protecting their assets because they are already losing money. And Suno, I think they're kind of grifting anyway. So they were hoping that some company, bigger company, would buy them. That's my theory, y'all. I'm gonna just tell you. Now let's go more into the details of this article because this is only between major labels, right? But the music that Suno may not have stolen is not all major label music. So this is where I that's why I'm so choked up right now. I'm just like, are you got to be kidding me? The deal, according to a press release, brings together Suno's best in class AI capabilities with Warner Brother Music, artist development, leadership, and expertise at the intersection of music and technology. They don't want to have to, like, Suno doesn't want to get sued anymore. Warner Brothers wants the technology so that they also see, oh, I have another, yes, theory on this, but let's just stick to this one theory right now. So, artists and songwriters, according to companies, will have full control over whether and how their names, images, likenesses, voices, and compositions are used in new AI generated music. That's only for the major labels. Please hear what I'm saying. Only for the major labels. That's them. Okay. In 2026, according to the press release, Suno will make several changes to the platform, including launching new, more advanced, and licensed models. So think of it this way: you get to hire your favorite recording artist to do your jingle. Okay, so I don't know who's signed currently on Warner Brothers right now, but think of it. Think of it if it was like somebody like Justin Bieber. If he was on that label, I don't know if he is or not, but you get to hire his voice to sing a song for your birthday party, for your graduation party. That's that's kind of what this means. And I guess if Justin Bieber is okay with that, singing, hey, you're gonna like come to my birthday party, right? Justin Bieber singing. It's like it's all AI, y'all. See, now do you see, you know? So I don't know. That's yet the other reason why I've never signed to a major label because you don't own yourself. Like on so many levels, you don't own who you really are. Okay, so there's that. And now Suno also says that it will introduce download restrictions in certain scenarios. Specifically, in future, songs made on the free tier will not be downloadable and will instead be playable and shareable. They still want money, Suno that is, but Suno now is still Warner Brothers, so it doesn't matter because Warner Brothers was losing so much money in the game. Now they're trying to make themselves legit again. So I don't even know if they really will have a free tier anymore. If they all do, they have a free tier. I don't know. Um, but they don't want you to download anything off of the website. Because I almost guarantee you that if there's somebody, I'm sure somebody's going to try to rip it off, with the free downloadables. There's going to be some piracy going on, but they're still going to be able to sue people. They're going to still go after folks, okay? But now they've got Suno in their pocket and another company too, which I was, again, kind of like choked up about. I'm like, what is happening? So now, for those who will be paying, both Suno and Warner Brothers, because Warner Brothers wants their money, honey, okay? Paid tier users will have limited monthly download caps with the ability to pay for more downloads, according to the company. So I will say this, maybe it'll cut down on all the rampant parody songs and all this other weird stuff that's going on right now. Yeah, you gotta pay, but you gonna keep paying. Who knows? It might stop people, it might not, because what I've heard, had heard with happening with Spotify was a lot of people were getting bots to make all these songs and blast Spotify. That's a whole nother can of worms. Blast Spotify with all this AI garbage, so that they can make pennies on the dollar. If you do enough bots, say if you did 10,000 bots, that's money still, right? What hundreds of dollars? You get 10,000 bots doing that, like a few $100s. Yeah. All right. See what else? This is the other thing. So this is another small kind of uh, business that's been in the game for a while. I use them. I don't know if I use them anymore. I don't know. We'll see. Suno has now acquired Kick, sorry, the live music concert discovery platform. This is kind of like having a concert on your phone, or you holding virtual concerts, right? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this one in particular. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know. That's still to be said, because Warner Brothers, whatever. All right, let's keep going. The press release continued that the combination of Suno and Songkick will create new potential to deepen the artist fan connection. So just please keep in mind, y'all. So Songkick, yes, some major labels were using it, and so were regular folks like me using it. I worry. So this is what I also worry. I worry because now that Suno and Warner Brothers are hand in hand here, I don't know if I want to go on Songkick, because they settled with a major label. They didn't settle with regular everyday persons like me. Do you see what I'm getting at now? They can still steal from us. In fact, they could probably do it even easier now. They can still rip people off like me and throw it into their Suno thing. That's what I'm scared of. I'm just gonna be honest, y'all. I don't know if I want to use Song Kick as an independent artist. Okay. The CEO of Warner Brothers says this landmark pact with Suno is a victory for the creative community that benefits everyone. Mm-mm. That sounds like a trap to me. It sounds like a trap, right? Because just as I just said, they got Warner Brothers is taking care of their own. Again, people like me who might be even more innovative than whatever record label is out there. This is their new AR kind of thing. They the modern day, well actually any era, the modern day music industry in the Western world has ripped off people left and right along everybody. The only people who's really making the money usually is the label itself. Okay? The artist isn't getting any money. Musicians definitely ain't getting any money. You got to have your publishing, all kinds of stuff. So this is very, very, very dangerous for an independent artist. If you're out there and you're independent and you use Songkick, I would be really, really careful about putting performing on their platforms. Okay, because like I said, Warner Brothers signed with them now. Warner Brothers is, partnering up with AI. They need source material to be relevant, okay? They need source material to remain relevant. So they have Warner Brothers catalog. And if you play on there for Songkick, they got your music too now. And they'll take your music and they'll, put it in the blender, okay? Just saying. I'm about to sneeze. Bless me. Because, yeah, we need a blessing. Seriously. So, again, now the CEO for Suno, this is what they're saying now. Our partnership with Warner Brother Music unlocks a bigger, richer Suno experience for music lovers and accelerates our mission to change the place of music in the world by making it more valuable to billions of people. Together, we can enhance how music is made, consumed, experienced, and shared. This means we'll be rolling out new and more robust features for creation, opportunities to collaborate and interact with some of the most talented musicians in the world, all while continuing to build the biggest music ecosystem possible. Y'all, I'm gonna need everybody in the industry who is independent to scrutinize Songkick. Please don't go on Songkick until you know for sure what their intentions are. But they're gonna get, they're now this, I don't know, weird platform now. It's basically a venue. If you think about it now, think about CBGB. Like, I don't know, some of y'all aren't old enough to remember CBGB or anything like that. So think about CBGB or Carnegie Hall, right? You gotta be like this kind of top tier kind of person to be on here. Songkick is not quite like that. You can have an account. You can be anybody. You can be Joe Schmo hanging out on, the street corner with a Songkick. But if you're doing something that is super creative, super innovative, they got you. And they got your stuff. This is their way, like, y'all, telling you, be careful. Be careful out there. What else? Now, Suno closed to 250 million. So their value, so again, they're now valued, Suno, at $2.45 billion now. Yeah. See, as I said, it was all a ploy. Like, this is how they work. This is how these big tech bros work now. They don't really care about doing anything like creative. They're looking for processes. This is how they think. Like, when you program stuff, you're thinking of how to get from here to here. How do I get from zero money to a lot of money? And people can, now that they've come up with the model of people will populate the thing for you, all you have to do is provide the middleman, the ground, the place, the virtual space, and then they rack in all the money. They don't have to have talent. They don't have to have skills. They can just, not to say that they don't have skills to code, but if you just provide, that's basically what all these tech bros are. Some of them are just providing space, and they're letting the people provide the skill and the talent. They don't have to do anything. And now they are worth $2.45 billion. Suno. Okay. Oh gosh. And then, yeah. Maybe we'll talk about Udio, but Udio I mean, I'd heard about what happened to them, but this is me. I literally just got this information from my phone, and yes, dated what, an hour or two ago. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I trust social media. So I think that's the other thing. It's like Warner Brothers got in it with the clock app and the picture app, you know. Um, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about being an independent artist on any of those things without some kind of protection around my music. I don't know. Hmm. Yeah. So UDO, they closed their deal on the 19th of this month, and today's the 25th. So yeah, see, that's the other thing. It's the end of a the business in the business world. We're in the fourth quarter. They got to make their money. So Warner Brothers need to make their money. So does Suno and UDO. They got to make their money. So that's why all these deals, I think, again, are coming together. Okay, they're trying to make their money. Oh gosh, this is so dangerous, y'all. Yeah. Hmm. Oh, same company. Excuse me. So, what about, no? It's not Warner Brothers. Universal. Universal signed with UDO, and Warner Brothers just signed with Suno. Now, there are still other entities still suing these AI companies like Suno, like Coda and Gemma from Europe. They're still suing because United States copyright laws are United States copyright laws, but not Europe's. So we'll see what happens for the rest of the world. But I don't know. I'm weary, and I'm looking down here at all the rest of the things going on here, y'all. You know, and I'm Nerd Queen. Like and subscribe. I've been in the business for what, 20 plus years. I'm a live performer. Like, I actually go outside and touch grass and perform. Okay, so I don't know. I just want to protect what's mine. Okay, with that, like and subscribe to me, Nerd Queen. I just want to protect what's mine. And I think independent artists, true DIY artists, want to do the same. Okay. With that, I'm gonna say take care. Sorry for the first part. Ironic. Let me just say this before I go. So I know you heard a lot of that beeping and booping and bopping. That was my phone, which I'm recording on right now. My bandmates working on. That's why it was so ironic. We're working on a CD release party in next year. So that's we were they're group chatting. I had to get caught up on what they're talking about. Okay. So that's also why I was like, I'm not gonna stop this live. I'm gonna explain it later. So yes, my bandmates were group chatting about a CD release show that we're trying to plan for 2026. That's all that you heard at the beginning of this video. So with that, I'm gonna get caught up on the chat and see what they were talking about and what arrangements are we working on. So with that, I'm gonna say take care, have a good one, and yeah. So please let people know that's my suspicion about Songkick. Okay, they can still steal uh using Songkick, these AI companies. Okay, be careful out there. Bye. Mm-hmm.